Hi, I'm Dan Ginden.
And I'm Susan Loffer.
We've got a great episode of Marlborough Magazine coming up for you.
Our first ever back to school issue.
Fashion, school supplies, breakfast. If it's important to your kid, it's on this show this month.
Stay tuned.
There is really only one boy, one girl, one tree, one forest, one ocean, one mountain, one sky, and one simple way to care for it all. Please visit earthshare.org and learn how the world's leading environmental groups are working together under one name, Earthshare. One environment, one simple way to care for it.
Thanks for joining us for this month's Marlborough Magazine. Dan, it's good to have you back here co-hosting.
Thank you for saying so. It's nice to be back here.
Well, as everyone knows, summer is drawing to a close.
Although we should remind you that it's still officially summer until September 22nd.
Yes, but September is really the time that Marlborough's kids make the transition from summer
Picnics, beaches, kayaking.
to school. And who better to talk to us about going back to school than the kids themselves?
We have a wide age range of kids in the studio with us today. But first we'll be talking to the elementary school students. How you guys doing?
Good.
Good. Why don't we give our names and our ages, and we'll start with you.
My name is Basia Schwartz, and I'm 10 years old.
Okay.
My name is Lauren Chamberlain, and I'm 8 years old. My name is Julia Chamberlain, and I'm 8 years old.
My name is Jessica Cooper, and I'm 5 years old.
Well, thank you guys for joining us today.
Everyone ready to go back to school?
Sort of.
No.
Sort of. I know. It's kind of mixed feelings, right? Summer's ending. Summer was fun, but now you get to go back to school.
Basia, what are your thoughts about going back to school? Are you excited?
Well, I'm excited yet nervous because I kind of don't want the summer to end because I kind of just got back from camp. But I also want to start school because then I know the summer will come again, and it won't be too long.
Are you excited to see friends that maybe you haven't seen all summer?
Yes, I'm very excited.
Yeah. Now, do you get nervous when you're trying to figure out what are the right clothes to wear back to school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really excited, really nervous, and yeah.
How soon do you start thinking about it? In the
Well,
summer?
I'll start about 2 weeks before because I'm going into 5th grade, so I don't exactly know what to wear because I don't want to act too old, but I don't want to act too young at the same time. So I'll call my friends and I'll ask, and then I'll be like, what should I wear? And I'll start panicking.
That's what I do to Susan before we show up to tape this program. I call her and
All
ask
the
her what to
time.
wear.
All the time. He didn't today, though.
No.
He should have. So now, where do you go for your back to school shopping?
I go to Target. I go to Target with my sister.
Target.
I went to Target also.
They have great things at
I
Target.
also went to the Bob's store place to get some sneakers.
So what kinds of things do you need to buy? So you mentioned sneakers. What else are we looking
new
for?
Clothes, back to school stuff.
Do you have to buy supplies or anything like that? You gotta
Yes.
buy your notebooks, pencils, things like that?
Yeah.
What else?
I have to buy a lot of supplies.
Yeah.
I have to buy 2 binders, a homework folder, a ruler, a bunch of pencils, and a clipboard and a calculator, I think.
I have a huge calculator.
You do?
Yeah.
To do huge number solving with?
No,
Probably.
probably this big.
Do you all have backpacks? Do everyone take a
but I
backpack
need
to
a new
school?
one because I've had mine since preschool.
Probably
Wow.
time for a new one, right?
Now, Jessica, are you nervous? You're going into kindergarten. You're a big shot now, huh?
Are you
Yeah.
going all day or half a day? Don't know yet. You'll find out when you get there, I bet. Kindergarten's great.
How excited? Are you really excited? No?
How come? Still thinking about
Because
it?
it's something new? Do you know any kids who are going to be in your class yet? You do?
We think one of my friends is going to be in it.
Oh, that'll be great.
What school are you going to?
Foxville.
Perfect. Very good. You guys have a lot to look forward to. Did everyone get their summer reading done?
Yeah.
No.
No? You still have time.
Likely.
Still have time to read quick. Did you get yours done? Yeah, good, very good. Well, I'm glad you guys could all come and join us.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're going to show us some of your back-to-school fashions when we return?
Yep.
Yes.
Fabulous.
All right. Marlborough Magazine will be right back.
In today's fast-paced world, it's easy for the most important meal of the day, breakfast, to get neglected. But according to experts, that's not a good idea, especially for children. Jennifer Hall is a pediatric nutritionist at UMass Memorial Health Center.
The old saying that breakfast is the most important meal of the day is absolutely true, and we have now more and more studies to prove that. From an academic standpoint, children will perform much better in school, not just on test day, but always.
Roland Van Cavelaar is the Director of Food Services for the Marlborough Public Schools.
Breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and so we're doing everything we can to encourage consumption of the breakfast program.
Currently, Marlborough offers breakfast at all school levels. Prices start at 65 cents, with free and reduced breakfasts available to qualifying children.
I have a pretty good sample, fairly good sample here of what's served in all levels of the school, all schools. Each meal will contain at least 8 ounces of milk, and there are 3 varieties. There's 1% milk, there is strawberry and chocolate milk, which is also a fortified skim milk. And then we have a variety of cereals. In addition, we serve bagels with cream cheese. We have Trix bars, which qualify as a grain. And we have Nutri-Grain bars, and each meal would come with either 4 ounces of juice, 100% juice, or a fresh fruit. And in addition, each breakfast contains a graham cracker. So we have a pretty good variety of products here for the students.
But whether your kids are eating at school, at home, or on the go, Nutritionist Hall has some tips as to just what should go into this all-important meal.
You want nice, sustained, slow-burning energy in their stomachs and for their brains. What I generally recommend is choosing some whole grains, maybe some protein in the form of dairy products or lean meats, and some fruit. And that is a nice balance. Whether you can get 2 of those items, all three of them, that's a great balance for breakfast.
There are a variety of ways to meet that balance of grain, protein, and fruit in the morning, so even the fussiest eater can be satisfied.
It could be something as simple as good old cereal. Good old cereal, a nice whole grain cereal, okay? Even Cheerios is excellent. Cereal with some fruit. It can be that simple. Or it could be a piece of whole wheat bread with some peanut butter on it as they're running out the door. Maybe have a little bit of orange juice to wash it down would be great. Some kids are really into smoothies right now, making their own, or doing something like a carnation instant breakfast. Okay, that might work. Could be a Nutri-Grain bar. Could be a slice of pizza left over from last night. It could be a variety of things.
Studies show that kids who eat breakfast perform better academically and have improvement in a wide range of other measures, from social to health.
Probably any breakfast is better than no breakfast, to be very honest with you. But certainly there are better choices, that's for sure. The important piece is that it is something that satisfies the child. It is wholesome in the sense that it gives some fiber, some vitamins, some minerals, and that the kids like it, and that it's not a battle. It's something that they actually look forward to because there's a lot of benefits to be had from eating the breakfast.
For Marlborough Magazine, I'm Sophie Burke.
We're back here now in the studio at WMCT. You know, in Marlborough, the middle school consists of 6th and 7th graders, and we happen to have one of those 6th graders with us right now.
Welcome to the station. What's your name?
Alyssa Chamberlain.
And Alyssa, you're going to 6th grade?
Yep.
At the middle school. You ready to go back?
Yeah, I'm a little nervous though.
What's making you nervous?
Well, I'm scared that I might forget what class I have next. Like, say I have math, I might think that I have a different class and I might show up in the wrong class at one time.
I think everyone feels that way. Everyone has those same jitters. Did you have a nice summer?
Yeah, I had a lot of great time. I played with a lot of friends. I went to camp. I went camping.
Very nice.
It's really fun.
Did you start your back to school shopping yet?
Yes, I have. I've gotten some clothes for my first day of school. I got my new backpack. I got some pencils. I got some pens. It's really cool.
I should probably get going on that with my kids. School's what, a week away? Almost here.
2 weeks, I think.
Oh,
School was
nice.
a week away then.
Now, did you and your friends ever talk about how excited or maybe nervous you are? Because you were the kings and queens, right, at the elementary school, and now you're going into the middle school.
Well, yeah, I was with one of my friends a couple days ago, and we were talking about like back to school because she was showing me her new backpack and stuff, and she's like, I'm so nervous, and we were talking about how cool it might be. What we hope that we get the same classes, same teachers. That'd be really cool.
It's fun to get back and see everybody.
Yeah.
So now summer, things are probably a lot more relaxed around your house. Does your schedule change once you get back to school?
Yes.
Does it mean an earlier bedtime? How does it change things?
You don't have to I can sleep in unless I'm going to camp or something. I can sleep in as much as I want. I don't have to get up at like 7 to get to school. You don't have homework time. You don't have time to have to do your homework and stuff. And well, I don't have the same bedtime as I did before.
So what time will you be going to bed now? Probably
well, then
early,
I had to
right?
I had to go to bed at 8 when school started. No, like now, like I had to get ready for bed like 8:30, and I can go to bed at like 8:30 or 9 o'clock.
Because you're up early. What time does your bus come get you in the morning?
I don't take a bus. I live too close to the school,
Oh,
so
okay.
I get to walk to school, or my dad gets to drive me. I like walking with friends on my street. It's really fun.
That's nice. And you'll be coming back to show us your first day of school fashions when we return?
Yes, I will.
Fabulous.
Well, thank you, Alyssa. She'll be joining us later for the fashion show, but we're going to take a quick break. You are watching Marlborough Magazine.
Pens, pencils, notepads. The expanding array of back-to-school supplies is expected to bring family spending up 18% this year. According to the National Retail Federation, the average family can expect to spend over $500 on back-to-school items.
I think it really is, how much people want to spend, how elaborate they want to get. A lot of our students do is they bring backpacks as well. And so those also are things that you can go from probably very reasonable to something very expensive, depending on what your likes are as well.
In Marlborough, as in other cities, many families find themselves unable to meet that back-to-school expense. Fatinia Kerr is the executive director of Marlborough Community Services.
I see it every day here at the agency where I talk to people and they just don't have enough cash.
One way that Marlborough Community Services, the managers of the Marlborough Food Pantry, is helping families who can't afford back-to-school supplies and clothes is through its back-to-school program.
The back-to-school program is one of the initiatives that we've had since the beginning of our agency, where we think it's so important for children to feel well about themselves, and the first day of school is often an indicator of what the rest of the school days, the year is going to be. And so if we have children arriving at school with a new outfit and feeling good about their backpacks and in their school supplies, it could just be a really positive beginning to their academic year.
This year, the back-to-school program gave over 400 Marlborough children new backpacks, school supplies, and clothes.
Oh, look at this one. It has a bag with erasers and markers and scissors. We have looked into every single backpack to make sure that the clothing size is correct for the child that's being sponsored, to make sure that the contents of the backpack are age appropriate and gender appropriate. Look at that. This has got to be for a kindergartner.
As the program has grown from 30 children 10 years ago to 400 now, so has sponsorship. Intel, Fidelity, St. Mary's Credit Union, and 2 local churches, the First United Methodist Church and the First Congregational Church, all sponsor the program.
We start in June, taking on applications, and then we processed our applications and distributed them throughout all of our sponsors. They adopt a kid for school, and then we just received all these backpacks that you see here now.
This year, volunteers from several community organizations helped the Back to School program get organized, albeit under confined conditions.
What's been really difficult this year, and this is why the chaos in this office, is that up until this year, we have had a room in this building that has been dedicated just for this. Well, this year, there was no room available. This has been an incredible year for this, but we did it. I don't know what's going to happen next year if we don't have a room. As I said, this was the first time ever that we didn't have a room to do this.
If you're interested in sponsoring a child next year, call Marlborough Community Services at 508-485-2720 and ask for Program Manager Carol Phipps. For Marlborough Magazine, I'm Sophie Burke.
Once again, we're back here in the studios at WMCT. I'm Dan Ginden alongside Susan Loffer. And Susan, we've gone from 5-year-old kindergartners now to the big shots in high school.
We do. We have a high school student here joining us. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Your name is?
Adam Engel.
And Adam, where do you go to school?
I go to Framingham High School.
Entering your junior year.
Indeed.
Ready for that?
Not as much as I want to be. I've got books to read and stuff to do.
Are you still doing your summer reading?
I still haven't started 2 of my books, so you could take that as a yes.
Okay. Well, you have a lot to do.
Little work to do there.
Yeah, 2 books left, and I got to read because our fall productions are also coming up, and I want to read the books for that too.
So you have a lot of things you get involved in, it sounds like, beyond your regular studies.
Yeah.
What are your other activities?
Well, I'm in theater, and I try to do film too. That kind of was a summer thing this year, but I want to see if I can maybe parlay that into a bigger thing. And I do a lot with the music department at my school. I'm a singer, so I sing with the a cappella group and I sing with a show choir, and I'm joining the chorus this year, and I may be coerced into joining the orchestra as well. So.
Now, looking towards school fashions, when do you start thinking about that in the summer? Because I know all these places like Target, they start advertising back to school stuff 4th of July weekend.
I started before that. This shirt I got probably the week after I got out of school, because the way I see it, if it's a good deal, you may as well take it. I don't care for going the week before school and getting the latest fall fashions. I get whatever looks good at a great price. That's.
So you don't buy into that worrying about having to wear the right thing back to school or anything like that?
No, I don't. I find that like brands aren't important. Like just because the jeans that I'm wearing today, they're Gap jeans, but what does that really mean in the grand scheme of things? There's so much other stuff to worry about, and Gap jeans, ooh.
But a lot of people get caught up in that, so you have to be careful.
I know.
Well, let's talk about some of the things other than Gap jeans that you need to be worried about, like say academics. You're going into your junior year, a year that a lot of people consider to be a really tough one as far as the academics, and they have to start looking good for colleges.
Right. Well, we've been brainwashed ever since freshman year that no matter what, every year is important, because they're going to look at every grade that you get, the final grade. They won't actually look at your term grades, which was very good for me this year, because I didn't really do so well. But it's just that every year is really important, and I find that junior year is no more important than all the others. It's just they're increasing the workload. So this year, for the first time, I'm taking more than one AP class. Last year was my first AP class. I took AP US History, and this year in Framingham, it's a 2-year course. So I'm taking US History Part 2, and I'm taking AP Biology and AP English. And so they're increasing the workload on us. But you gotta fight through it.
Well, in addition to your increased workload, then now you also have to start your search for colleges. So it's a very busy year.
That's true. But I kind of got that a bit out of the way beforehand because my brother looked for colleges during his junior year, and I tagged along because I had nothing better to do. So I saw some of the schools that he was interested in. I thought, oh, some of these schools are good, some of these schools are really bad. And so those schools that we already looked at, I find that they're unnecessary to look at again.
Good. So you're weeding out.
Yeah.
That's good. That's great.
Adam, what about rules at home? You're probably going to sleep whenever you feel like it right now. But once you hit the school time, did the parents all of a sudden say, okay, you're in bed or you're doing your homework by this time? How does that all work out?
I don't really get that because I have such a, I guess you could say it's such a unique schedule that whenever I come home is whenever I start doing whatever I can. Mm-hmm. So like usually I'll be home around, but somewhere between 2:30 and 5, which is a huge window. Mm-hmm. So that changes everything about when I start my homework, when I finally can go to bed. Sometimes I start my homework and I get halfway through my homework and I say, this is pointless. I go to bed, I wake up early in the morning and I finish it then because I find it easier for me to wake up than to stay up.
Okay.
How many hours of sleep do you think you get?
If you average 3 and 6 together, that's probably it.
And then do you grab a breakfast on your way out, or are you kind of up and out the door?
I sit down and eat. I can't stand walking and eating. It feels weird to me.
So you make sure you grab something, then you're on your way off to school.
Yeah, even if it goes along with about 6 cups of coffee.
Well, Adam, thank you for sitting down and talking to us. We're on our way to another PSA, but when we return, the teasing is done. We're going to have the first annual Marlborough Magazine Fashion Show.
To ultimately be the victor in the war against terrorism, we need all Americans to be engaged, down to the point where we ask mothers and fathers to think about doing some simple things at home to protect themselves and protect their children, like making an emergency supply kit. Have a good communications plan for your family. You can learn how on our new website. You can call for a brochure. We're asking America to be ready, and we will be ready.
I'm too sexy for my cat, too sexy for my cat, poor pussy cat. I'm too sexy for my love, too sexy for
And now we're ready for our fall fashion show. Our first model is Jessica. Jessica is wearing an adorable outfit for her first day of kindergarten. She is wearing this season's popular color combination, brown and pink. She has paired stylish gauchos with a blousey tunic banded at the waist. Her pink shoes pull the whole outfit together. Thank you, Jessica. Next up, we have Julia, going into the 3rd grade. She's wearing a flower-printed baby blue skirt paired with a white top and a blue cardigan sweater. Julia has put white dress shoes with the outfit for the finishing touch. Thank you, Julia. Next up, we have Lauren wearing a classic fall look, plaid, for her first day of 3rd grade. She's wearing her red plaid skirt with a white polo and a red cardigan sweater. Thank you, Lauren. Next is Basia, who is going into the 5th grade. She is wearing one of this season's coolest styles, the bubble skirt. Basia's skirt is brightly colored, showing her fun personality. Her vibrant pink tops and funky sunglasses finish the outfit. She's wearing flip-flops, trying to enjoy the last of the warm weather. Thank you, Basia. Joining us next is Alyssa, who is going into the 6th grade. She's wearing a pink flower design skirt with a matching tank, and Alyssa added a stylish pink shrug to finish the outfit. Thank you, Alyssa. Adam, who attends Framingham High, is sporting a popular trend these days, the vintage tee. Adam has paired his Superman tee with a pink button-down and classic Gap jeans. His vegan belt and old black Converse All-Stars make the outfit complete. Thank you, Adam. there you have our fall back to school fashion show. I'm sure these kids will do as well in school as they looked in their fashions.
That's right, I bet they will. Thank you guys for being here with us. We really appreciate it. I'm Dan Ginden for Susan Lawford. This has been Marlborough Magazine. We'll see you next issue.
Bye.
The catwalk, yeah, I shake my little tush on the catwalk. I'm too sexy for my cat, too sexy for my cat. Poor pussy cat. I'm too sexy for my love, too sexy for my love. Love's going to leave me, and I'm too sexy for this song.